Hi everybody, and welcome to my favourite part of the world, which is rural England. And I thought I'd try something a bit different today. I thought I would walk and talk and discuss something that's come up recently when it comes to the subject of creativity. Now I've talked to a fair few creative people, read a few books on it, but it's one of those things that you can understand intellectually, but then it's more of an emotional thing, I think, which is strange coming from me. I'm very much an engineer, but personal development fascinates me as well. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about how do you start being creative? And how do you do that? Because I was recently talking to somebody from extended family. They were talking to me about they want to write screenplays, and they absolutely love the idea of doing that. And this sort of thing, I've talked to a number of people who are really creative people about this, and they say, well, maybe I should go and do this college course. There's a course at this university. Maybe I should go and get a master's in cinematography, or maybe I should go and work for this company, and then I'll start to have some opportunities. And I think that qualifications and job opportunities are not to be derided. They're useful, but I think that there's a lot more to it than that. Or rather, I think there's less to it than that, and I'll explain what I mean. So, the most valuable thing I've learned about creativity, about exercising it, about, to some degree, being successful in it, the most important thing is that you do the thing that you love doing. That's the first most important thing. The second most important thing is that you share it. You don't hide it. And this is difficult because there's an emotional block, I think, partly to creating stuff, and especially to putting stuff out there, sharing it with the world, because it's very easy to confuse criticism of ourselves with criticism of our work. They're not the same thing. If someone's criticising your work, especially if it's somebody criticising it constructively, that's very different to that person criticising you as an individual. So that's a useful distinction to be able to make. But there's more to it than that. And what I think is happening is we're increasingly, well, people might say this has always been the case, but I think it's increasing as a problem. We're increasingly becoming a society where we think we need permissions, we need the rights granted to us to go and do something. And for the most part, those things, those blocks don't actually exist. We don't live under a guild system. Nobody's going to come and arrest you for doing carpentry without a license or anything like that. At least, I hope not. I don't know how long this video is going to be around, but the important thing is that you start. If you love writing screenplays, then start writing screenplays. Don't go away and get all of the qualifications, because what you're waiting for there is you want to feel that you are ready to start writing. You're ready to start being creative. You think there's going to come a moment in the future where you feel that you've got it all nailed down, you've got it all ready, you've got all your qualifications, and you're ready now. And I think of myself as relatively young, but I'm not that young. And I can tell you definitively that time never comes. You're never going to feel fully prepared to start creating something valuable. So the most important thing is that you make a start, that you actually start doing the thing that you love doing. What a beautiful place this is. And let me tell you, when you work for yourself from home, you do need to get out. The thing to do, if you're somebody who sees himself as being creative and you have a project that you'd like to go ahead with, I think the most valuable thing that you can do for yourself is pull back and ask yourself, why am I not working on this right now? Am I waiting for some conditions to come through before I start putting these ideas on the page? Before I start creating this thing? Very, very important, because you'll be surprised the things that you might end up coming up with, like, oh, I don't have the qualifications, or I need to go and do this research, or you'll come up with all sorts of things. And then I think it's crucial as well, challenge yourself. Is that really something that stops me sitting down and writing right now? Okay, yeah, if you're running late for a meeting or something, then maybe you shouldn't stop in a coffee shop and start planning your new career. But if you've got spare time and you've got a project and you've got ideas, why aren't you using them right now? Why aren't you going ahead with it? And very, very important lesson, I think. And as with all of these lessons, I really wish that when I was 20, heck, when I was 13, somebody had come along and said, you know what you're doing? You're waiting for somebody to give you permission to start. You don't think you're ready. And let me tell you, if you get started, you're going to be wrong, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to potentially have a difficult time of it, you're going to face criticism, but more than anything else, you are going to be moving, you are going to be drawing yourself closer to that thing that you want to do. And that will make you realise, actually, you're not trying to get somewhere. What you're trying to do is you're trying to be in the process that you love. And as soon as you start doing the process that you love, creating art, creating designs or technology or whatever inspires you, as soon as you do that, then I've broken up my flow, but that's because I've got to go down this mud. Okay, we survived. Yes, as soon as you're in the flow of things, as soon as you start producing stuff, as soon as you start to meet other people who are enthusiastic because you shared your work, and you start to learn who the good critics are, who the valuable friends are, who your inspiring role models that you're surrounding yourself with, as soon as you start engaging with that process, then you're well on your way. Whereas if you wait for another piece of paper, as long as you wait for that permission slip to do things, then you're never going to start. There'll be another block, there'll be another hoop you have to jump yourself through, and you won't get started. So that is my suggestion to you. So tell me what you think. Leave a comment below and tell me if you'd like to see more of these thoughts. And I wish you Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.